Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Skyrim Mod Showcase. There have been a bunch of brand new mods that have come out over the past few days of 2021, and today I'm going to be highlighting a few of them that I have found on the Skyrim Nexus. Starting at number 1, we have the Corkscrew Sword by Zilafenko. As the name suggests, this mod adds a brand new, custom modelled sword to the game, which can be found partially hidden in the rocks outside of Riverwood. The sword is a one-handed sword, and features this unique design with a gap running down the middle of the blade. It's a very unique looking sword, and is a decent weapon for early to mid-game, boasting the same damage stats as a dwarven sword. The sword also has a custom hilt and handguard, and overall is a very nice looking unique weapon to use for one-handed characters. Coming in our second spot, we have Waxing Winterhold by Grey Mountain Fox. What this mod does is adds a few new buildings to Winterhold in place of the destroyed buildings found in the vanilla game. The mod adds an alchemist, a blacksmith, a fishery, and a player home, as well as a small tower overlooking the surrounding areas. In the vanilla game, there was little reason to visit Winterhold unless you were heading to the college, but with this mod, stopping in Winterhold is actually worth your time, as there is a new selection of merchants with a generous amount of supplies each. There is also a new player home with various useful items as well as a bed to sleep in. What I like about this mod is how it manages to keep the feel of Winterhold while still expanding on the town. I mean, in-game we're told that Winterhold was once the capital of all of Skyrim. With this mod, you get the sense that this could have once been the case, however the town's glory days were far behind it. The new tower gives a glimpse at this once prosperous past, hinting at how much the city had lost to the Great Collapse. What else this mod does well is turn the town into something that could actually be considered the capital of a whole. In the vanilla game, the town itself is smaller than most villages. This mod still keeps the whole desolate and stagnating feel, while also making the town feel like it is an actually inhabited settlement with a lost history, rather than a half-dozen citizens barely surviving in a few scattered shacks. Coming up next, we have Draugr Greatsword Reborn by Funky Gandalf Cat. This mod adds a new two-handed sword, which does increased amounts of damage against undead. The model of the new weapon is based upon the Hollowslayer Greatsword from Dark Souls 3. The weapon can be obtained by interacting with a glowing ball found in front of a body in the Nordic ruins of Ustengrav. The weapon is quite unique in appearance, featuring a long blade and a crossguard with spirals twisting up at either end. The design is a recreation of the Dark Souls weapon that it is based on. In its base state, the sword also deals an additional 10% damage to undead. This additional damage is also on top of the weapon's relatively high damage output. What's more, the weapon has lots of details to it. Looking at the weapon, you can tell that a lot of time was spent in design work, with high quality textures and plenty of small details to be seen up close. This weapon is good for any two-handed characters or anyone that's going to be going up against lots of undead. What else is cool about this weapon is the way in which you go about upgrading it. The way in which you upgrade it is by using various increasingly rare items at a blacksmith's forge to create stronger versions of the weapon, similar to how weapons are upgraded in Dark Souls. The damage buff also increases with upgrades, going to 20% and 30% at level 3 and 5 respectively. In our next spot, we have Sexy Stone Countertops by Grey Mountain Fox. This mod replaces all store countertops in the game with new custom designs and textures. I personally like the look of blue marble, however the mod comes with 11 different looks for you to choose from. The options range from different types of stone to different colours of the same type. Poor countertops in all types of stores are affected, meaning that stores all across Skyrim will be sporting brand new luxurious countertops made from the stone of your choice. In our final spot we have Amelia Standalone Follower by George L. Amelia is a follower that can be found in the Hall of the Dead in Whiterun. Amelia is an Imperial mage that specializes in destruction magic. She acts as a standard follower with no unique dialogue options and works best when flinging fire and lightning at enemies from long range. She is quite formidable in combat and has a large pool of magicka to ensure that she can constantly keep flinging spells at her enemies. And that does it for the second episode of the Skyrim Mod Showcase. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and make sure to check out each of these mods linked down in the description.